Hey guys, Vine is finally out for Android. I'm Mark from Copy Glass, and let's take a first look. Okay guys, so essentially what Vine is it's basically a way to share your, not necessarily photos, but short videos of experiences that you've had with sound, also with moving picture, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Now the actual app itself has a really nice layout. Obviously along the top you've got the Vine logo, you've got the camera, which we'll get to in a second. You then have your feed, your activity, explore and profile. Now those are pretty self-explanatory. Obviously your feed is where you're going to be getting all your Vines from your friends and things. Obviously kind of going through the videos, and they autoplay once you kind of have them in focus, which is real nice as well. And as like I mentioned, they do have sound also. So again, really nice interface, really simple interface, but it does the job. Now activity is where you're going to find everything from friends that are starting to follow you, people you are following, and also comments and likes, etc. on your Vine posts. And then in explore, it's exactly that. You're going to be able to explore new things. You've got editors picks, popular, you've got different sections, and also just like on Twitter, you have the also hashtags for trending topics basically. So obviously we've got here that a trending topic is hashtag Vine for Android. So again, hashtag Game of Thrones, etc. So it's an easy way to find things that you want. So if we click on hashtag Game of Thrones, for instance, what it's then going to do, it's going to bring up all the Vines that have been posted recently that have hashtag Game of Thrones. Now the interface is sometimes a little bit slow. As you can see here, it's taken a while to bring up the actual Vines themselves, and that's mainly down to the data connection. I mean, on my 3G, which is a pretty bad signal in the flat where I am, and my Wi-Fi, which is pretty bad anyway. So it does take a while to load, hence why when we were back on the actual feed, things load a bit quicker because I've already looked at it so far today. And then lastly, you have your profile, which gives some information about yourself. Obviously it's got your followers, how many you're following, and obviously you can find people using, for instance, Twitter. You can't use it, for instance, using your friends on Facebook that have Vine, just the fact that it is more of a Twitter kind of functionality. You can look through your address book, you can look through Twitter, and also you can search people via text, or you can invite them via email as well, which is really nice. Now obviously then what you have, like I mentioned, the main thing is the camera button at the top. Now what this is basically the part that allows you to actually do the Vine itself. Now again, with the Android version compared to iOS, there's a bit of teething issues in terms of how long it takes to process it, but it's not too bad. Now if you can see along the top just here, you do have like a progression bar and then an X for if you want to cancel the Vine itself, but I'm just going to give you guys a quick example of how this exactly works. So what you basically do is you tap on the screen, and the moment you tap on the screen it starts recording video. The moment you lift your finger off, it pauses. So like I said, that's how you can get those kind of stop frame animations basically. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move my keyboard just out of the way here, so I've got a bit of space to work with, and the only thing really that I can find is this bottle of Diet Coke, which is a special edition. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to kind of do a Vine of this moving across. So if I do hold on the screen now, move it across, hold on the screen again, maybe put it up on my laptop, hold it again, and I'm going to kind of put it at an angle, getting closer, and I might just do like a quick close of the actual Coke logo right the way to the end. Now in total you get 6 seconds to play around with, which you might think is quite kind of short, but to be honest you can get plenty in with the 6-second time frame. Like I say, because you can pause and play as much as you want, you can kind of get as many frames as you want. The quicker you tap it, the more frames you are going to get. So again, if you are kind of doing something with maybe stop frame, then again it's kind of give you all the info. So you can see here that once it's processed, it then plays the actual Vine itself before you actually publish it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on next, because you know I'll publish that, everyone's going to hate it, but I'll publish that anyway. So you just click on next, and then I'll bring you to quite a familiar screen, which is a bit like Twitter. So there you can add a caption. For this I'm just going to put, for instance, hashtag, I'll put Coca-Cola because that's what it is. So obviously that'll get picked up if anyone else does the same thing. And then you can post to Vine. You can turn that on or off, which is quite interesting because you can actually turn that off and only post it to Twitter, and then you just click on the tab and it posts it to Twitter as well. You click on the tick and then you are done. So like I said, it's a very simple, very easy interface, but you can do quite a lot with it. Obviously in terms of, for instance, if your child's walking for the first time, if your cat does something funny, there's a load of different kind of mediums that you can use it for. Like I said, it's free in the Play Store now. You can also get it on iOS. Like I say, it has been out for quite some time, and I'd highly recommend it if you are getting bored of some social networks, for instance like Facebook and things like that that are out, and you're kind of thinking that they're not really doing anything good anymore. then this would be a good alternative to have a look at. So like I said, I'm Mark with Copy Glass. This is a quick look at Vine for Android, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.